Hello everybody and welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena with me, Dark Mazda, for Dark Mazda Series Gaming. In this episode we are going to be looking at a 5-colour control deck which I found on a fellow YouTuber's channel. He's called CGB, go and check him out, what a cool guy. And I wanted to show you this deck and give you some gameplay footage of this deck because it is such a great deck. I've been enjoying playing this and wow, you will too. Now let's run through the deck list and see what we've got to play with, and then we'll do some matchups and we will then finish with a win rate based on the amount of matches that we have played. So let's get started. We've got Mulch. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Now we want the rest into our graveyard. The rest of the cards, like, I don't know, Titan of Industry, Kami War, whatever, because of this card, Spirit Sisters Call, but we'll come to that in a moment. We've got Teachings of the Kirin. Mill 3 cards. Again, that is to aid the Spirit Sisters Call later on. Create a 1/1 colourless spirit creature token. Stage 2, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And then we can exile it and turn it into Kirin Touched Orokai. And basically, whenever it attacks, choose 1, exile target creature card from a graveyard. When you do, create a 1/1 colourless spirit creature token, or exile target non-creature card from a graveyard. When you do, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. We've got Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Create a 2/2 red goblin shaman creature token with whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. Stage 2, you may discard up to 2 cards. If you do, draw that many cards. And then stage 3, it turns into Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature you control, except it has haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. We've got the Weatherseed Treaty, and it's got the read ahead ability, so we can choose which stage it starts on. Stage 1, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Stage 2, create a 1/1 green Saproling creature token. And for stage 3, it's got the domain ability, which means target creature you control gets +X/+X and gains trample until end of turn, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. So we're going to literally have every land, basic land we can possibly get. So we're going to end up with like 6 Saproling creatures, or put like +5 on to something else. We've got Soul of Windgrace. Whenever Soul of Windgrace enters the battlefield or attacks, you may put a land card from a graveyard onto the battlefield tapped under your control. We can discard a land card and gain 3 life for a forest. For 1 and a mountain, we can discard a land card and draw a card. Or for 2 and a swamp, we can discard a land card and Soul of Windgrace gains indestructible until the end of the turn, but we have to tap it. We've also got Blossom Prancer. It's got reach. When Blossom Prancer enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or enchantment card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If you didn't put a card into your hand this way, you gain 4 life. And Spirit Sisters Call. At the beginning of your end step, choose target permanent card in your graveyard. You may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with the chosen card. If you do, return the chosen card from your graveyard to the battlefield and it gains. If this permanent would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Now it takes a little while to get used to how this card works, and the best way to do it is just to use it and see what happens. So basically, for instance, if you have a Soul of Windgrace on, well, let's say Fable of the Mirror Breaker on the board, and then you use Spirit Sisters Call at the end step, you'll have created the 2/2 red goblin shaman creature token for it activating its first ability, for instance. Then you would choose that card from the graveyard, but then you would have to sacrifice this, and then it would put it back onto the battlefield, and it would activate stage 1 again. So you would get another 2/2 red goblin shaman creature token. It's especially helpful with something like the Kami War, because then we can recast it and we can use the exile effect from stage 1. You know, you could do it with Titan of Industry, so you can get 5 life or an destroy an artifact or an enchantment. You know, you can get the effects of that back up. So, very handy card. Hopefully we'll get to show you that in the matchups. We've got Leyline Bindings, which has got flash, so we can cast this anytime we would cast an instant. It's got Domain. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each basic land type among lands you control. When it enters the battlefield, we exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until Leyline Binding leaves the battlefield. With the Domain cost, we can actually get this down to just costing 1 planes to cast, and that is especially helpful, especially powerful, and especially like amazing. Basically, we've got the Kami War. For stage 1, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Stage 2, return up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, then each opponent discards a card. For 3, we exile it and return it to the battlefield transformed, and it turns into Kagachi Made Manifest, and it is all colours. It's got flying, it's trample. Whenever it attacks, defending player chooses a non-land card in your graveyard, return that card to your hand, and it gets plus X plus 0 until the end of turn, where X is the mana value of that card. So we can basically hit for a lot of damage, and that is surprisingly effective against most decks. As you see, we've got Titan of Industry. It's got Reach and Trample. When it enters the battlefield, we get to choose 2. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, or target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 green Rhino warrior creature token, or put a shield counter on a creature we control. It's amazing. All these lands we've got the Iganjo. It's got a discard cost of 3. It deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Plains, Island, a Swamp, attacking Numa, Abandoned Maya. The channel cost, we can mill 3 cards, then return a creature or planeswalker card from our graveyard to our hand. We've got Mountains, we've got a Boseiju. We can use the discard to channel. Let's see, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land an opponent controls. And then they may search their library for a land card with a basic land type, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. We've got Forests, Deathcap Glade, Overgrown Farmland, and then we've got our Tri-lands. Raffine's Tower, we've got Xander's Lounge, Zeotora's Proving Ground, Jetmire's Garden, Spara's Headquarters, and these are going to help us get our domain costs down for the cards which have got a domain cost. So that is the deck list. That is the cards that we are using, and we're going to do some matchups, and then we're going to show you the win rate for the deck. So here we go. We've got quite a lot of, well, yeah, we want mulches to put creature cards into the graveyard, and also to get the lands that we need. I think this might be a good start, so we'll just go with it. Jetmire's Garden can go down first. And what have they got there? Looks like maybe a Boros deck. Do we want? Yeah, we'll go for Teachings of the Kirin. Could be Boros aggro here. Let's try mulch first, and if we get any other lands we can, yeah, we can put them in. We'll go for Jetmir's. Did we have a Jetmir's garden? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we'll put that down. And we'll attack with this. Right, King Darian's got to go. Because he bumps up all of the human creatures by 1+1. Put a Xander's Lounge down, so we've covered most of the colours, and we'll go for the Weather Seed Treaty. We'll start at stage 1, I think. Basic land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. We're not in any rush to get anything straight out onto the board. Let's go for... Do we have anything that's not covered? Maybe another island. We'll go for island. And we'll just leave that as it is. Once we get... Can't remember what you call it now. Wind Caller? No. Wind Grace, that's it. Once we get Wind Grace on the board, we'll be able to use our discard our lands for HP. Do we want to get rid of Darian at this point? No, we'll just let the damage go through. Let's put this through. Now, Spirit Sister's Call, enchantment. We can get rid of something if we use that now by sacrificing the Weather Seed Treaty. That's an enchantment as well. I think we're going to go for that because I think that's the better play. We get rid of their card draw. So when it comes to end step, no attacks. So what do we want to do? We want to get the Leyline Binding, and we'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of that. Okay, they're going for Gala Greeters. They're going heavy for the attack, but this time we are going to defend this and get rid of the +1 counters on. Or is he going to use something to get rid of that? Or is he just going to let it go? Safekeeping. Okay. Fine. To be expected, but we still block the damage, so it doesn't really matter that much. Next time we can Iganjo it. So do we just want to put the forest down? Do we have any creature cards in there? No, we don't. Yeah, let's look at the top 5 cards of our hand. creature or an enchantment and put it into our hand. So we're looking for Kami War maybe, or something similar. It's alright, we still get to see it, it's fine. Oh well, a Leyline Binding will do, because we can cast that right now. So we're going to just cast that on Darian maybe. That knocks everybody down to 1-1. Let's see. Exile target creature. Right. So we can pump that up to 2-2. This one. Let's get rid of the Tamiyo safekeeping. We'll put it on this guy. You're not blocking with that, so... Right. So... Let's get the Blossom Prancer back. And let's get rid of the Saproling. And we can get the Soul of Windgrace. So next turn we can start utilising getting rid of our lands in order to gain HP. We can also put the Titan of Industry down as well. Let me just see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 5, 4, 5. Right, so I think we'll go for the Titan first. Looks like he's got something there that we can use, but we should be able to use the triggers. And I think we'll go for 5 life, and we'll put a Rhino card down as well, and we'll just let it go. What we're going to do, we're going to attack with both of these. Yeah. Get rid of his Valorous Stance. We will put that on there so that doesn't get killed. And see what he wants to do with the rest. Does he want to defend? Looks like he wants to defend. Right, the safekeeping's out. Not to worry. The more he uses, the less he has to get for us. Get to us, sorry. We don't want to take anything else out, so we will just decline here. There's nothing worth swapping over. We have another Titan we can use if we really want to. And get the health back that way. But we are just going to outclass our opponent any moment now. Should we win Grace? No, we don't need to win Grace now. Yeah, well, Teachings of the Kirin. We can get, what have we got there? Titan out here. So now we can sacrifice this for a Titan, which is really good. Yeah, we'll just go next, and I think we're going to attack with everything. We'll attack with this. We're not scared of losing anything. Oh, we're going to put this on. We'll put it on here. And yeah, next. End turn. So we're going to get Titan of Industry back. We're going to get rid of this guy. We're going to get 5 life and another Rhino token. So we're back to 20 life. May as well... Oh no, we'll just pass. We'll let him concede. He's going to concede. What do we want to put a 1-1 counter on? Put it on this guy. Let's mulch. Right, we've got the Kami of Transience that we can make use of. Let's put Glade going in. And I think that's it. That's the game. Knows he can't do anything. And that's good game. So late game this deck really shines. Go with this one because we've got some removal. Yep, we'll keep this hand. We don't normally find that we struggle to get our lands up. It looks like we're up against mono red anyway. So I'm expecting, expecting that. So we just need to outpace them. So that's down to 3 cost now. We can get to the point of the Tightening Industry, we can gain 5 life and gain a board presence as well. Okay. Oh, 2. Right, we'll go for this. There we go, we'll get a little bit of a board presence going. We've got some things we can exchange for Spirit Sister's Call when we do draw it finally. Right, so what's the next creature is going to have 2 times 1+1 counters on it. But next turn we should be able to bind it. Probably the worst one that they could have put out there, but we are going to defend against it, so it doesn't do as much damage. It's preventing the damage at the moment. Make it a little bit cheaper. And 2 etchings to deal with. That's for 5 damage coming up. We can get rid of one with the Besiegew. Do get another creature on the board by the end of, well, on our next turn. Have you got a squee in your deck there? Squeeze about the time that you, well, unless you've got another land, I think it's squeeze of 4 cost. It's a 3 cost, I think. So it's a Thundering Raiju, which makes things a little more tougher. Right. So we have got the means to do some of this. So we can bind in something. So let's destroy this one. And then let's get rid of the Raiju. Next turn we should 4, 5, 6, 7. We've only got 4, so should we defend or should we take the damage? Probably it puts us in danger territory because they can lightning strike us, so we probably need to unfortunately defend against this. Which kind of puts us out of reach of lightning strike. Oh, we need one more turn. Please say you haven't got it. Oh, you've got it. Oh, that's just unfortunate. Say hello to our opponent. It's always nice to have a decent opponent. Go for teachings. We shouldn't have a problem with this match, to be honest. Just depends if we get the lands that we need or not. It doesn't look like we're going to. We've got everything that we need except the lands, so you know we missed possibly having ours there as well. Yeah, we'll have to ramp up a little bit. We'll go for a swamp. No attacks, just in case we need to defend. I think we just have to weather seed again, just to get the land drops that we need. We need a plains next. Right, okay, so let's get rid of that. Okay, strange play. Guess they really wanted that treasure. If we can get Spirit Sister's Call out this turn, which we're not going to be able to do, we could have switched this over for a Kami War. We'll get the plains. Yeah, no. Do we no attack or do we attack? Should we attack? No attack this turn. Can't use his reflection this turn, but we can possibly exile it next turn if we get the land we need. That's fine. We can take 2 damage. Not a big deal. Excellent, we got the land we wanted. So let's Kami War the reflection. That's fine. Turn and discard. Can put another Kami War up next turn if we really want. And just go proper overkill. Yep, we're gonna go proper overkill. We'll get rid of Giada. Or do we want rid of the Sanctuary Warden? We'll go for the Sanctuary Warden. We'll return the Giada. And we have to discard a card. Yeah, then Kami War again. Spirit Sister's Call next turn, I think. And we're just going to push that back next turn as well. Yeah, no blocks. I think what we do is we're going to put this one back to the hand. Then they have to discard something. Yeah. Spirit Sister's Call. No attacks. Right, what do we want to do? So if we get Kami War back, exchange it with this one. Get rid of that. Next turn they have to push back and discard again. And then they give up. They know they're in a loop now. And that's the way you do it, guys. Well, luckily they're going for the wrong cards there, so that's even better. Let's see what we've got. Black, blue. So we need white. There we go. That's all colours. Our ley line bindings are only 1 cost now. Why not? Well, that was a massive hit for that turn. Oh dear me, Liliana of the Vale.
One of your friends has to leave.
And there you go. Couldn't do anything about that, could he? And watch this. So this turn, no attacks. We're going to get the Titan of Industry. We're going to sacrifice this creature for it. We're going to get a Rhino, and we're going to destroy an artifact or an enchantment. We're going to get rid of that. They don't know what to do against that, do they? If we get rid of the token for another Titan, we can do exactly the same thing and get our Teachings of Kirin back. Maybe not. We just have to make do with what we've got here. But we can Kami War it. If we get the correct... which one are we missing? I'm guessing it's a black we're missing. Next turn they are going to be devastated. Yeah, whatever. And they sack. They know what's coming. So guys, I wanted to run over the win rate statistics for this deck, and I'm very surprised that it is not as good as it was made out to be on CGB's channel. As he seemed to have quite a lot of wins, and at first when I started using it, I had a win rate of like 83%. You know, 5 matches I won and 1 I lost, and then it was like 0-2. Let's have a look. So basically we've played all these matches, we've won like 9 and lost 12. Overall win rate of 43%. Now if you like these sort of decks, and it's a very clever constructed deck, and if you can get it to work, it works amazing. I mean, the combo is great with Spirit Sister's Call, but at the moment in the current meta, everything else just hits so fast. The removal hits you pretty hard, and you know, there's no real counter spells that you can use. Maybe a few counter spells in the deck would help it out greatly, especially if your things are getting countered. You can counter the counter, and you know, it makes it less of a chore trying to get something on the board. Now, I love this deck, really, I honestly love this deck, but if you want to win matches, you probably don't want to play this deck, especially in the ranked ladder. This is why I've been playing it in just the standard player section. If you just want to have a mess about, it's great. I recommend it. It's a fun deck to play. Doesn't do very good against black decks or red decks or the Dimir colours. It does do okay against mono white, the colourless decks. It's a bit 50-50 with the Selesnya decks, and the same with the Azorius and the Esper deck. What else? Let's have a look. We can scroll down. Against Rakdos it's great. And yeah, you know, take it as you will. So there you have it, guys. That was the 5-colour control deck. I really like this deck, but the only problem is that it doesn't really stand up against any sort of competition. It has its strengths against certain coloured decks, but as you know, and as you will all be familiar with, Magic the Gathering Arena, it always makes you with people who have a slight advantage over winning you. So, for instance, when you play black decks, it'll always put you up against black decks, for example. If you play, I don't know, say a blue deck, it'll always bring you up against something that can absolutely hammer a blue deck, like a mono white deck, for instance. You don't tend to get very balanced matches half the time. Sometimes you can win loads of matches off the trot and feel like you're unstoppable, and then other days you just seem to lose every match that you're playing. You win the odd one here and there. I think I'm just having one of those days with in regards to this deck, because I think this deck is a lot better than the win rate suggests. So anyway, that is going to be it for this episode of Magic the Gathering Arena. I've been your host today, Dark Mazda, for Dark Mazda Series Gaming. Leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think of the deck yourself. Maybe I'm just not playing it right. Maybe I'm just suck, which is a strong possibility. If you have liked the episode, give me a like and a sub. And until next time, that's it from me, and I will see you guys on the flip side.